Yo, what's going on? Deltinian here, and today we're gonna be using probably the meta Pokemon that I've used the least. It's Articuno, and the main reason being I don't really like relying on Misty, and Articuno is a very reliant Pokemon on Misty. Most of Articuno's success comes from whether or not you get a good Misty flip. And obviously the games where you get Misty right away and you get the good flips feel awesome, but it's not great otherwise. So first here we have a spin on the Articuno 18 trainer where I don't really like running the Articuno 18 trainer deck because of the reasons I just said. So we actually have the fossils thrown in there with Omanyte. Now Omanyte's an interesting Pokemon. We have Omanyte without Omastar. I believe that's what it's called, the evolution. And the reason for that is pretty interesting actually. Omastar takes too much of a commitment. It's 3 energy, 2 retreat. It does have a decent HP pool, but it's just so much to get it started. Whereas if you just run Omanyte, it's 40 damage for 1 energy, 1 retreat cost, and 90 HP. That's very, very solid, honestly. So we have Omanyte here in Articuno 16 trainer. You got the 2 fossils, you got the 2 Omanytes, you got the 2 Articunos, 2 potion, 2 X speed, 1 red card. I only got 1 Pokeball actually, and that's for a very good reason. If you have 2 Pokeballs, you're basically saying, yeah, I have a dead card in my deck, and I don't really like that. So that's why I have that. You can feel free to change it if you like. We have 2 Giovannis, 2 Misties, 2 Professor Research, and 2 Sabrina. The next deck we got is probably like the first water deck that picked up. It's Double Starmie, Double Staryu, Double Articuno with 2 potions, 1 X speed because Starmie has a no retreat cost, so a lot of the time it feels bad having 2 X speeds when you don't need it. We got 2 Pokeballs, 2 Professor Research, 2 Misty, 2 Sabrina, 1 Geo. No, 2 Geo, sorry. Now we do have red card in this deck. A bit controversial, but I put it in over the X speed, which could be a bad idea. This deck typically runs X speed, but honestly I've been liking the idea of red card. I do think it's bait, but honestly there's some games where it's just like that 1 red card could change everything if you get it. So I started kind of running it in decks where I feel like I have open space. Not a lot of decks, but this deck is definitely one of them. And the last one is a new deck that's been picking up in popularity. This is the one where you run 2 Articuno EXs, 1 regular Articuno, and you run Froakie Greninja. The whole Greninja lineup. Which is interesting, but it makes sense. Articuno does 80 damage and 10 damage to the bench. And with Greninja doing 20 damage to the bench as well, it could become pretty overwhelming damage-wise. We got 2 Misties, 1 red card, 2 Pokeball, 2 X speed, 2 Sabrina, 2 Professor Research, 2 Greninja, 1 Articuno regular, 2 Froakie, 2 Frogadiers, 2 Articunos. Pretty interesting deck, but enough of me yapping. Let's actually use them in battle. Alright, let's see what we got here. We're going second, not bad. We got Articuno to start, also pretty good. Well, what am I talking about? This is 16 trainer, so I'm guaranteed to start with Articuno. Wonder if we could pull a Misty right away. That would be pretty nice. We're fighting Dragonite Weezing. They're actually opting to run Dark Energy. Well, I'm assuming it's Weezing. I guess it could not be Weezing, but most likely this is a Weezing Dratini deck. Let's see what my opponent pulls here. They get Pokeball, they get Professor Research, so they're pretty ahead on cards right now compared to me. And they get another Dratini, and they get the Coughing. Okay. If they get X speed, that's a pretty good start for my opponent here. I think it is worth using red card right away. Just take away 1 card basically from them. It's a little annoying, that's all. It's not really accomplishing much other than slightly annoying my opponent. Which honestly, that's what I'm here to do. If we can get at least 1 heads on Misty next turn, we'll be in a pretty good position, honestly. Let's see if they X speed, switch to Coughing, and potentially get Weezing out there as well? They don't. Okay, well, if we get one Misty, we can KO this Dratini here. Let's see. Can we get one Heads Misty? Okay, no heads there. Nothing too bad. That's what we typically expect. We're just gonna hit them for 40 here. And that's actually not impactful. Does that make sense? Like, that actually does have value. Because we do have Sabrina and we have Blizzard, which will be chipping the bench. They could evolve, obviously, but that is a commitment. I used to run Dark Energy in my Dragonite deck, but there was one game where, like, 10 turns in a row, I didn't get the energy I actually needed. And that put an end to that. Right now, I'm in a pretty good position, so I don't actually need to put this other Articuno out there. Now, it could be interesting to put Sabrina out there. I actually think it's worth it. We either take out the Dratini with Taja Energy, or we take out the Coughing, which also has an energy, and it denies an evolution. I definitely think that's worth doing. We take Coughing out, we do chip to the Dratini, and we Sabrina again, right? We might as well. If they put this low health one out, and then they get to 10 HP. And it gets pretty bad for them, honestly. Let's see what happens here. They're getting pretty good energy. So unless they put a Coughing here, they're done. Oh, they're done anyways. Nice. Pretty good. Alright, we are back. Running OG water now. Going second again, not bad. Who do we start with? Starmie? Yep. Had a feeling. Not bad though, we get to smack them for 20 instantly. And then we can evolve. Is it Mewtwo? Yep, Mewtwo Ralts. Interesting that they put Ralts in the front, right? I feel like you typically want to put Mewtwo in the front, but maybe they got a different vibe going on here. Maybe they want to sacrifice that Ralts, you know? Okay, they use most of their hand here, so no point of red carding yet. We'll see. Okay, we're gonna Pokeball. We could deny them one card with red card, but the fact that they didn't play anything makes me not want to do it. But that means they could have got an evolution. Let's just do it. Let's just be annoying, right? I don't see why not. And honestly, I don't really feel like putting Articuno here in case they have a Sabrina in hand. I just want to smack them with Staryu. Especially since we have Starmie right now. Let's Pokeball as well, just get it out of our hand. Another Staryu, so if we get another Starmie, that'll be worth it. Then we could put Articuno down, right? There goes the 20. If they don't switch, we take them out. Which is pretty good. We might even Sabrina here. They got us with red card. Hopefully we pull a Starmie here. Giovanni, Professor Research, Starmie. Perfect. I don't mind that at all. I think we'll take our KO here. And they're gonna have to put a Mewtwo out in the front, so that's kind of bad for them. Here goes Starmie. We're gonna Professor Research. I don't think there's any point of Sabrina-ing here. It's either with KO or Ralts or KO or Ralts. Same thing. Now, the question is, do they put a Mewtwo out now? That is the question. And if so, which Mewtwo? Okay, they put the one with energy out. Interesting. I two-shot this, right? So, I don't know about that. Okay, but they could potentially have Gardevoir already, so I think we Sabrina here, actually. There's Staryu. We're gonna Sabrina. Because it's annoying for them. Yep. They would need to have 2x speeds, which is unlikely. And I think we potion here, why not? Let's just hit them for 90 here. I guess if they have Gardevoir, they only need 1x speed. But even then, we're kind of good, I think. Do they have Gardevoir already? They have Research, so there's a pretty good chance they have Gardevoir already. Do they have Gardevoir? Well, they don't need Gardevoir X speed, I guess, right? Maybe I should have just took the damage earlier. No, because then they would have done Side Drive this turn, right? What's my win con? Well, I guess they can't do the big attack here, so we do get to Hydro Splash. I guess my win con is just pulling Starmie again. Let's see if we get Starmie this turn. Sabrina. Is it worth? I actually think Sabrina is bait. I think a Giovanni. And hit them for 100. And I hope I pull Starmie. We've used most of our professors, so not looking good on the pulling Starmie thing here. And they don't even have to use Side Drive here, which is an interesting thing to note. Not that it matters, because they could just spam it anyways. But I wonder if they retreat here. Let's see. They don't. They just Psychic Sphere here. Okay, we have a low chance of winning, but not a 0 chance. We have a non-zero chance of winning here. If we pull Starmie, we win. If we pull Articuno, we have a chance with Misty if we get 2 heads. Let's see. Oh, well, we win. GG's. We don't even need that extra energy. Alright, that's the power of Starmie. Pretty broken card, honestly. Pretty broken. Right here. This has been going pretty smooth, honestly, so we take those. We definitely take those. We got either Greninja or Articuno starts. I think we go for Articuno since we have Misty. And we go for the greed, right? I mean, we're using Misty, so we always gotta go for the greed. And if we get 3 heads here, we do just win. Which I think is pretty funny. I don't mind having multiple Froakies. I mean, if we got the 2 Greninjas, so if we get 2 Frogadiers soon, we're gonna be in a good spot. No luck on Misty, which to be expected. I mean, I don't think I've even got a Misty this game to work, so I mean this video, sorry. Which is whatever, it happens. Ooh, if they have X speed, okay, they're pretty set up right now. They're pretty poised to win. Especially since Arcanine can one-shot most of our Pokemon on this team. 2-shot all of them. Kinda scary. We can't out-heal it either. Even with our highest HP Pokemon. The only advantage we have is the fact that we're super effective on it. Also, something I learned today is that Greninja's ability works on Melmetal despite being 20 damage. That's something that I found that was pretty weird. I wonder... I think I put the energy into Articuno, actually. Well... How do I want to do this? Do I want to go for the Ice Beams? I think I want to go for the Blizzards. I think that's my takeaway here. Because this is pretty powerful. Blizzard is pretty powerful. They get Arcanine already. Okay, but they need to get at least 2 energy here to be able to attack. Oh, they need 3 now. That's interesting. That's interesting. Maybe they only run 1 X-Speed in their deck. Is why they did that. Or maybe they're planning on Heat Blasting next turn? Okay, they get 2 out of the 3 energy. I guess they only needed 2 energy, huh? Because they could still retreat and attack. Can we get some Frogadiers here? That would be good. Sabrina, 1 Frogadier. Better than nothing. We're sacrificing this Articuno, obviously, but I think it's fine. Because we're going to have Greninja. Does 20 damage to Arcanine. Arcanine, if it takes us out, is going to do 20 damage to itself. So that's 110. We can do exactly that much, I think? No. We do 80. We do 100. We would need a Giovanni. Okay, they're spreading their energy out pretty interestingly. But I guess they only need one heads to get Arcanine online, right? What's the approach here? That's tails, tails, tails. We like to see that. I don't know if that makes a difference, but we don't mind seeing it for sure. Okay, I wonder... No, we don't risk it, right? We get Greninja online, and we do start pestering this Arcanine for sure. Here you go, Arcanine. Hold this. Imagine if it did super effective damage as well. I believe Zebstrika does, and Hitmonlee doesn't. I don't know what the explanation for that is. I really don't understand that, but that is how I noticed it worked. Maybe it's because Zebstrika can hit what's in front of it as well. But I just thought that was an interesting thing. Maybe it's because they know that fighting is a lot stronger of a typing than electric. Not to say electric isn't strong. This could help them considering they have 10 cards in their deck and they still haven't evolved Charmeleon yet. I mean Charmander. I think this turn we definitely start blizzarding. Well, actually, we Sabrina first, see who they put in front. Who's coming out? Who's coming out? Either way, we're tossing a blizzard. We're gonna be able to almost kill Arcanine if they switch it in, but they don't. Which I think is fine, because we're gonna live anything that this Arcanine wants to do. And we're still gonna Water Shuriken it, so it's gonna take 30 damage this turn. So it will be able to be one-shot by this Articuno. So they gotta pick their poison now. Okay, there's Charmander. That's a lot of energy down the drain. And there's no potential for them to be able to one-shot me. Okay, we would like a Sabrina here. Sabrina would be very nice. I feel like even without it, we're kind of good right now. Unless they Heat Blast us. But they might try to build up that Charmander. Let's see what they do here. Okay, they do Heat Blast us. That's interesting. That was the smart play. I didn't expect them to do it. We're just gonna retreat here. We need Articuno here. I think, at least. We got Articuno in the front here. And we're just gonna... Who do we attack here? We can already one-shot Arcanine, right? So I guess we Water Shuriken the Moltres. We get it to 80 range, is the plan. And I guess we red card them. Just don't let them feel safe anymore. They got a lot of cards in their hand. Let's just shuffle that around. I don't want to deal with that. We just denied them a couple cards. That's it. Now they got an 8 deck. We got more cards than them now. We still have a Professor as well. They Pokeball. They still have another Moltres, it looks like. Interesting. Yep, that's Moltres. We've used both of our X-Speeds. We haven't. Maybe I was only running one. I can't recall. If we have 2, that's good. Sabrina comes in. Who do I do? Do I do Greninja? I think I do. That's their first Sabrina. Because if they put Arcanine out and one-shot me, then I just switch in Articuno and win. So they can't afford to do that. They red card me. That's fine. We only had 2 cards and they weren't doing anything for us. We get Frogadier. Nice. This is like perfect. That was like the perfect draw. Okay, Sabrina. We're gonna Frogadier here. There we go. Now we X-Speed into Articuno here. Wait. Don't we just Sabrina? No, now they have Charmander there. We Professor, for sure. We get Articuno, and we get Pokeball. Doesn't do anything. Hopefully we get Greninja next turn. That would help. Now we're gonna retreat into Articuno. We're gonna put one energy into this. We're gonna put in the Frogadier. We're gonna Water Shuriken the Moltres in the back. I don't know why I did that, but I did it. We have a 1 in 2 chance to get this Greninja here. 50-50. I wonder what their plan is. Do they just Heat Blast here? They can't Sabrina and GL, so we can switch in Frogadier, even if they Sabrina us. And if they stay in and we get the Greninja, we could just double Greninja and Articuno them. Which is good for us. Let's see what they do. Do they Heat Blast? Do they switch? I'm not even sure if I'm them. They do Heat Blast. Do we get Greninja? Do we win? We get Misty. I mean, Misty could do us well here. If we get a couple of heads. Come on, Misty. Show us 2 heads. Misty. Misty, man. What do we do here? We just hit the Moltres in the back, I think. Right? I think we just Misty in the back. And we just get every Greninja online, I guess. I don't know. We're in an interesting spot. But they, like I said, if they Sabrina us, we switch into Froakie. I think we're fine. Okay, Charmander's getting involved here. But we could just double Greninja, and we're good. We'll switch Articuno to the front, and I think it's over for them. It took a while, but we got there in the end. We chipped everything so they couldn't really do anything, right? It's curious that they haven't evolved their Charmander yet, but I guess we got them good with that red card. Yep, we win. Alright, overall some pretty good games here. Articuno served us okay. I mean, Misty did all of nothing. She got 1 heads the entire video and it didn't matter. But you know what? We didn't even need Misty. Articuno did well without Misty. And I had some fun with this team, with these teams. So if you liked any of the teams, feel free to try them out yourself. If you made it to the end, consider subscribing. And with that being said, this is Deltinian out. Peace.